This is an Excel workbook that is open, and I have this worksheet available. And in this worksheet, this is my well tabulated data, which consists of employee name, first name, last name, and also I have other two columns which are check and also status. Now in this video, I am going to introduce you to a special tab, and this particular tab is hidden. It is not identified or seen in the interface of Excel whenever you open Excel for the first time, or you have not deliberately activated this particular tab. Now when you move above this ribbon of Microsoft Excel, we have this menu bar, and we have the file menu, the home tab, the insert tab. We have all these tabs here: formulas, review, and view tab. And this particular tab we are going to talk about is a special tab known as the developer tab, and this tab has advanced controls and capabilities for special functions. And this tab, as I said earlier, is not available by default in Microsoft Excel. The reason why we need this particular special tab, which is the developer tab, it has so many reasons in the operation of Microsoft Excel. It allows users to write macros. It also allows users to record macros. It also helps users to create applications and also use ActiveX controls in Microsoft Excel. It also allows users to create form controls and other capabilities. And in this worksheet that we have here, firstly, I am going to show you how to activate this hidden tab, and then show you one particular operation that you can perform with this particular tab based on the data that we have here, which is well tabulated. So let's quickly jump in and let me show you how to activate the developer tab in Microsoft Excel. And also, after watching this video, I'll urge you to jump into the description of this video. I have other videos that shows you how to use the developer tab to perform certain actions in Microsoft Excel. And also, after introducing you to this particular special tab, and you have comments, questions that you want to ask based on that tab, you can drop that in the comment section. Now this is the menu bar, and I am going to show you a couple of ways of activating this special tab. The first approach is when you access any of these tabs, whether home, page layout, formulas. Anytime you click on a tab in Microsoft Excel, you get its related ribbon, and you can right click on any of this ribbon based on the selected tab, and you can see that we have these three options. Let's choose customize the ribbon. This is going to open the Excel options dialog box, and this is the interface we can use to activate our developer tab. So this is the first approach. Now the second approach is when you move above this menu bar, we have this toolbar known as the quick access toolbar, and we have this arrow here. When you click on this arrow, we have all this list of options, and we have more commands. When you do so, this also gives you the Excel options dialog box. Then you choose customize the ribbon from this list. So when I click, I get this interface, and this is where we are going to activate the developer tab. Now the next approach is to click on file, and then in the backstage view we are going to choose options, and then we have Excel options dialog box. Then you choose customize the ribbon. Any of these three approaches I've illustrated to you. You can use any of them to get into the Excel options dialog box. Now when you get access to this interface, we have these two sections here. We have the commands from this popular commands, and also we have customize the ribbon commands. So in this area, this is where we are going to activate the developer tab. So you can see that we have this section, and we have some tabs which are checked. As you can see, we have the data checked, review checked. So when you look at this particular option, which is the developer, it is unchecked. Therefore we need to click to check this option. So when you click, you choose OK. When you get back to your interface of Microsoft Excel and get access to the menu bar, you can see that now we have the developer activated. Now this particular tab is available. It is not hidden. It is shown in the interface of Microsoft Excel, and I have given you so many reasons of getting this particular tab. And as promised in the beginning of this video, I said I'm going to show you one particular operation that you can use this particular tab to perform based on the data that you have in your current worksheet. Now when I get to this particular worksheet, I have employee name, first name, last name, check and status. Under this check column, I want to get some checkboxes, which when I click, I'm going to have a status of these employees, and the status I want to have is whether the employee is absent or present in the company. So what I'll do is to select the developer tab on the menu bar, and I'm going to get its related ribbon, and then in this ribbon we move to this controls group. You can see that we have the code group, add-ins group, controls, and we have the XML group. I'm going to focus on the controls group, and we have this command known as insert, and when I click on insert, we have form controls and we have active X controls. Now under form controls or active X controls, you can choose any of these checkboxes. So I'm going to select this checkbox under form controls. Then I'll get to the cell of the first employee, click and draw the checkbox. Now when you draw a checkbox in Microsoft Excel based on a selected cell, you have this box and you have some default name given to this checkbox. So what you can do is to double click, then you have the cursor blinking in the checkbox frame. Then you can use your backspace or your delete key based on the positioning of the cursor. Then you delete the default text. Now that I have this done, I can click and adjust the text box. Now since I want to have this checkbox cut across these cells for all these employees, I'm going to select this cell, then use the fill handle and drag it down. So I have the checkbox applied to all these employees. Now in Excel, anytime you click on a checkbox, we have two arguments that pops out. We have the true argument and also we have the false argument. Now if I click on this, you see nothing, and when I click, nothing happens. Now before we can make this effective, we have manual way and also automatic way of using these checkboxes. Because I have this 7 employees in this worksheet, I can use the manual way, and that is to link all these checkboxes to their individual cells. But if you want to use the automatic way, I have a separate video that shows you how to do that, and I'll drop that link of that video in the description below. And that is especially if you have a lot of lists, which can be more than 20 in a particular worksheet, where you want to apply checkboxes to them and utilize them to operate on your data. So now that I have this, I'm going to use the manual way, and to do this, you place your pointer on the checkbox, then you right click on the checkbox. You have these options, and we are going to choose format control. You are going to have this format control dialog box, and presently list box is unchecked, so we have this option checked, and we have to link a cell to this particular box, and this box is located in D2. Therefore we click and type D2 in this field, then we click on OK. Then we move to the next one, format control D3. So I'm going to link all these cells to these checkboxes, so give me some seconds to do so. Now I have linked all these cells to these checkboxes. So if I click, You can see that I have true, click, I have false. So we are going to base on these two arguments in these cells and then have the status of these employees. So under this column, I'm going to use the if function to get out my result or my output. So I'm going to type the equal to and the if function. Now I am looking for my logical text, and that is located in D2. So if D2 is equal to true, so because true is a text, you have to place it in a quotation mark. So you can see that I have this particular argument in a quotation mark. So if D2 is equal to true, then we want present. So if we click this box and it check true, we want this status to give us present. And if not, as you can see from this argument screen tip, if false, what should happen? We want absent. And because all these are text, we have to place them in a quotation mark. And after doing so, because we have only one if function typed in this particular formula, we are going to close the bracket once. So this is the formula that we want to use to get the status of these employees based on the checkbox. Then I'm going to press the enter key. So presently you can see that we have absent because this particular checkbox is unchecked. If I click, I have present, click, I have absent. Let's double click on this function once again and let's see the output. So this is the formula. If D2 is equal to true, because this particular output is based on this checkbox, you don't need to add the quotation mark. Sorry for the mislead information. Previously I said you should place a quotation mark around this true, and because this was based on this checkbox, you need to ignore the quotation mark. But this current text that we have here, you have to place them in the quotation mark. So this is the formula. So when I press the enter key and click, I have a present, absent, present, and absent. So how can we have this function cut across for all these employees? I'm going to select this cell, click and drag it down, and hold Ctrl plus D on the keyboard. So now if I click, I have present, present, and present. Now anytime we click on this checkbox, we still have this true or false argument, and I want to get rid of it. So I'm going to select this cell, drag it down, move back to the home tab, and in the font group I'm going to click on this font color and change it to white. Therefore when I click, I don't have the true or false argument displayed, but if I click, I have the output displayed here. You can select and bold it for perfect output. So when I click, present, absent, present, absent, absent, and absent. So this is one particular operation you can use the developer tab to perform in Microsoft Excel. So this is how to activate the developer tab and perform some actions. We have so many operations that you can perform, or so many functionalities you can perform using the developer tab in your current Excel worksheet. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, subscribe, and be part of this great community, and we shall meet in our next tutorials.